Yeah, it's been a rough few weeks for me. My streaming router got hit by a power surge. I had the entire plot of Chainsaw Man spoiled for me in the first 2 seconds of a YouTube short, and now I have to stomach the idea that I have to remain alive for another trip around the sun to see GTA 6 installed on my Xbox. I personally found the first GTA 6 delay to be fairly reasonable, you know? A lot of people weren't happy with it, but it felt like a necessary evil for them to polish the game better, and I honestly believe that Rockstar made up for it. They dropped the second GTA 6 trailer a few days after announcing the delay, and they also honored the original Vice City protagonist voice actor Ray Liotta by scheduling the release to be on the 4-year anniversary of his death. Plus, late May is thematically the perfect month to release the game in, considering the game itself takes place in a sunny summer tourist paradise. I think it's safe to say most people ultimately came around on the May 26th release date and were willing to wait for a better product, but now those people are left feeling like idiots for giving Rockstar a relatively positive reaction to the delay, as they're now faced with an additional 6 months wait time on a game that was supposed to be out right now, by the way. And this time, it does not at all feel like it's for noble intentions like polishing the game or bug fixing. I'm gonna go ahead and leave a link to this in the description, but there's currently an anonymous Rockstar dev who has been verified by a GTA forum admin to be a real Rockstar developer that has come out with his own little game theory on why exactly there's another delay. I encourage you to read this in its entirety on your own time, as I'm going to be paraphrasing it a little bit. Ready? Okay, let's go. It's thought that Rockstar has actually been doing a little bit of union busting lately, which would explain the delay, as they just fired 34 employees. And these weren't any, like, you know, small potato like janitors or anything like that, no. Most of these guys had critical senior level roles in the team, and their presence would undoubtedly be missed if they were fired. They were all members of a union Discord group which only sought to discuss how to make Rockstar Games a safer environment for their employees. They were led into a very brief 5-minute HR meeting where it was explained to them that they are being fired for gross misconduct relating to messages in Discord. And then they were kicked out on their ass to fend for themselves, leaving them and their families lacking financial stability for the coming winter months. Now, you might think that the people who weren't in the studio at the time, you know, sleeping, on sick leave, on paternity leave, you'd think that they would at least get the courtesy of getting, like, a meeting, you know, the same treatment, but nah, they got even less. The people who were out of the studio at the time received a 2-minute phone call basically explaining the same thing: gross misconduct, you know, relating to Discord messages. And what's worth noting here is that no evidence was provided when it was requested by the people getting fired. There was no evidence in their "you're getting fired" letters, and there were no other reasons that they were fired other than the aforementioned gross misconduct. There was even an instance of one developer who allegedly had a panic attack over the phone upon finding out they'd been fired, and the human being on the other end, likely a co-worker of theirs, heard that and still hung up. That nugget of information just pisses me off so bad. Panic attacks make the person feel like they're having a heart attack or some other sporadic life-threatening condition, and people having panic attacks can often genuinely believe that they are, like, about to fucking drop dead and die, even when there's nothing technically wrong with them. But Mother Teresa on the other end of the phone there didn't even give so much as a, "Hey, you okay, man? Are you alright? Should I call someone?" before he hung up the phone. Anyways, it's no secret that this ingenious move by Rockstar has crippled their company for the time being, as the upcoming GTA Online update sucks ass, which, to be fair, I mean, that's not really anything out of the ordinary. GTA 6 has obviously been delayed by another 6 months, and the developers who do remain at Rockstar say that the morale has never been lower, which is ironic considering that this should be a very exciting build-up to one of the most anticipated pieces of entertainment of all time. The remaining unionized devs are currently fighting to get everybody their jobs back, and if you want to support justice actually happening for once, they actually have a fundraiser up which you can find a link to at the bottom of the Rockstar devs post, so, check that out if you're into that, as it's really the only action you can take right now to help, aside from online discussions like this, talking about how shady Rockstar looks right now. Well, that was fun. Oh well, am I right? Can't crack an omelet without cooking a few eggs or fucking something like that. Time to hop on Grab the Auto 5's online mode and have a blast. Well, no, actually, even if Rockstar wasn't firing a bunch of their developers and sticking the rest in medieval torture racks, you still shouldn't go anywhere near GTA Online, even if you're getting the itch like I was. I feel absolutely embarrassed and ashamed that I've started to play GTA Online at this point. It's like a humiliation ritual you go through every year by trying to have fun on this monetized, soulless game that's designed from the ground up to waste as much of your time as possible. Here's a little bit of a funny story. I had a friend notice that I was on it, and instead of being like, yeah, man, just playing some GTA Online here, I immediately, felt the gut urge to cough out an excuse, and I told him I was just, oh yeah, I'm just grabbing the mansion discount here, and then I'm not gonna play anymore. And then the day after that, I started appearing offline so I could get footage for this video without the embarrassment of displaying GTA Online on my profile. And man, that's just so funny to me that that's my gut reaction. This game is so trash in my own head that I have to sneak around whenever I want to play it like I'm having an affair. And this isn't for unfounded reasons either. Most people like to focus on how toxic the community is, and yeah, it's pretty bad. You still die for going anywhere near people, you die for doing a mission in a free mode lobby, and there's still plenty of KD warriors running around starting fights with people who just don't care. But I don't really run into these problems that much. I feel like most GTA Online players are now set up enough that they don't give enough credit to just how terrible the PvE experience is in GTA Online, which to me is even worse than having a bad community. GTA Online is fundamentally designed from the ground up to be an unfair, frustrating experience where even the most simple tasks are made to be monolithic challenges that you're punished for not cheesing with a Oppressor Mark II or an Armored Kuruma. The enemies in GTA Online obviously have the same lock-on system that controller players have. Their guns shoot straight lasers just like yours do. They've been steadily given more HP over the years to the point that they take 7 body shots of an MG and 9 of an assault rifle to kill. They also have this stupid rapid fire ability where they spray their entire mag into your face in half a second with absolutely no way to react in time. That's called the rapid fire bug, by the way, and it's been in the game for 4 fucking years without getting fixed. Doesn't really seem to be a bug to me, seems more like a feature. Whenever you use a gun, you see the target, aim, and fire. That's just how a gun works. Some enemies, though, for whatever reason, seem to skip this first step as they'll already be locked onto you before you even round the corner and see one another. This obviously gives them a massive advantage in the gunfight and usually gives them at least 3 to 4 shots on you before you can even do anything or react. Driving combat and just driving in general is really not any better. I've seen a few videos of people defending Rockstar over the NPCs crashing into you on purpose argument, and I am unironically shocked that people will somehow defend Rockstar. Like, guys, they made GTA Online. I wouldn't put anything past them, alright? Just saying. It's obvious to me and anyone else who's played the game for longer than 5 minutes that the traffic is programmed to collide with you, especially during delivery missions. People only notice this behavior popping up after the import-export update, which, it's funny, it's all about stealing cars and delivering them. and if the car gets damaged in any kind of way, the game would deduct money from your paycheck for the repair cost. Basically, every mission you do will infinitely spawn in pursuing enemies once you have whatever item you're trying to steal. Usually it's gang members, but sometimes it's the cops. Either way, this is where the driving gameplay absolutely tanks in quality for me. You remember the opening of the video? I was inspired to make that the opening because for a moment I had genuinely forgotten I was playing GTA Online and was just having fun tearing down the streets in a fast car. I had outran the goons chasing me since they were in crappy normal cars and I had a sports car. And I was reminded of the childlike wonder and power fantasy I'd experienced way back when, 23 years ago in 2013, where I'd steal a car from a rich neighborhood in story mode and then rip it around town, knowing I was too fast for the cops to catch me. It was great, but Rockstar saw me having a little too much fun and spawned in two cars that had somehow gotten ahead of me and were driving towards me, even though that makes zero sense. These goons had absolutely zero self-control either, and clearly didn't care about retrieving the car I stole, as they absolutely fucking nailed me in a head-on collision and died in the process. And it's just so apparent to me that these are robots designed to stop me. You know what I mean? Like, you so clearly get that feeling. It's completely impossible to get immersed in the online mode because of ridiculous AI behaviors like this. You're reminded at every single turn that you're playing a video game. I didn't really realize how much the pursuer enemies dragged the gameplay down until I got a mission without them. I'm not even joking, this is the most fun I've had playing GTA Online these past few days. So I was doing an ammunition sales contract mission for my bunker, right? And for whatever reason, the enemies that usually chase you around and shoot at the car and ram in you and stuff didn't spawn in. And I had Spotify open at the time. So I was able to just chill out, turn on Tame Impala, and cruise around in first person. It was honestly such a vibe, dude. I guess though, if I had to pick one thing I hate about GTA Online more than anything else, it'd be the blatant wasted potential. I've never seen a game like this, a game that receives so many updates that add literally fucking nothing. A game that looks limitless but is more shallow than a puddle. A game that has a giant map but only a third of it is worth being in. This game's existence pisses me off because Rockstar would rather release a low-effort update every 2 months with reused assets and animations than actually try to create something interesting. They abandoned Red Dead Online, a far superior online mode, and probably delayed GTA 6 by years behind the scenes, and it wasn't even worth it. When it's all said and done, when 5 years have passed and the last GTA Online update has long been released, GTA Online won't age the same way that other games will. It'll be remembered as nothing more than an online monetized roadblock that kept us from getting things we actually wanted. Which brings us nicely around to the title of this video. Don't play GTA Online. If you want to communicate with a company as big as Rockstar, the only two languages they understand is dollar bills and player counts. If GTA Online becomes more trouble than it's worth, and it's not bringing in the money it used to, they will be encouraged to pull resources from it and work on the product that we all actually want. Vote with your wallet type shit. I just had to say something about this given all the controversy regarding their union busting, and because I recently fell back into the trap of playing the online mode. I'm planning on uninstalling the game shortly after uploading this video, and I might honestly go replay GTA 4 or something instead. Anyways, that's all I got. Like the video if you liked the video or learned something new. Subscribe if I entertained you and you think I could do it again. I'll see you guys later. Bye bye.